Hi guys, it's day 22 of Do Better. I'm Katie Ledoux Gilbert. Thanks for tuning in. And if this is your first time here, just know that what you're watching are my little tips and tricks to do better and be better as a human being. And today I want to talk about something. I actually just left my own therapy session. And again, if you're new here, you'll know that I love having coaches. I have a real estate coach, I have a life coach, I have a therapist, because these are people who know more than me about all of the important things that help us to succeed, help us to be stronger, more confident, and just do a better job at all facets of our life. Today, we talked about facing adversity and things that we don't like. I gave an example, and I'll give you the short version of that. Was basically that something occurred in front of me that I just was not super impressed about. Happens a lot. Again, I have places all the time where I see things that I don't like. And I had a choice. I had a choice as to do what next. I could say something to the person that had done the thing I didn't like. I could do nothing. I could turn a blind eye and pretend like I didn't hear it. Or I could internalize it and decide what actually needed to happen. The mistake I think that I have made in the past is to take what someone else did and make it mine. Most of the time, these things have nothing to do with me. They just have to do with how they make me feel, which is okay. So I'm not telling you not to stand up for somebody. And in fact, that's probably the last thing I'm going to tell you. I think you should always stand up for other people because, again, their voice may be too small at that moment and you can be the other voice. But I think what I'm learning as I go through this journey of life and how to make my own self better, that I am figuring out that sometimes things just need to be compartmentalized into a tiny little box and set aside. The confidence level that I am attempting to grow into is more about, should I do anything? And there's that word should. If you're having to ask yourself the question, should I do something? The answer is probably no, because should comes from a place of negativity. And if you're already feeling like whatever you just witnessed or you heard or you took part in even feels negative, then doing anything else that is attached to it, probably not the best way to go. So I'm saying to you, think about things before you do anything. Give it a little process. Just ask the questions. Does this have to do with me? If I do something about it, will I feel better? Does it actually solve the problem if I take this a step further? And in asking yourself those questions, sometimes it's just long enough to make the decision to do nothing. And again, only you will know that. But my effort in here, day 22, to do better is to stop, pause, and think for long enough to make that decision on whether you really want to add more attention to something that's already negative. So for me, maybe having confidence doesn't mean attacking the other person because I think they did wrong. He, she, they, whoever did wrong. Maybe my confidence level comes from being able to just say, not my thing. I don't need to make it my thing. And whatever I want to say or do is just not going to make the situation any better. So perhaps my confidence will come from within, of being okay to accept that I'm not going to love everything that people say or do or the behaviors that they have, but they don't have to do with me. So there it is, day 22, do better. So next time you're faced with this moment of you'd really like to attack, just pause. Ask yourself if it's actually going to make a difference or if it's really going to do better. But I will say, I think standing up for other people is a really noble way to show that you care. But that standing up for them sometimes is just acknowledging with them that that was crappy, that whatever that was, not good, and we will not sink ourselves down to that level. That's true confidence. And I'm going to hold on to that and think about that more, ruminate with that more, do some more therapy around that. And I hope that maybe this makes you think the next time you want to go into attack mode. So, day 22, do better, be a better human. Tell me your stories of how you think you're confident. I really want to hear those. So that's the share. That's my call to action. I would love to hear how you believe that you are more confident by not attacking in a situation. Thanks for showing up every day with me, and I will be back tomorrow.